I skipped my mother-in-law's birthday after she blew off my miscarriage and only sent me a text telling me I should move on despite living 1 mile away from us, and now they're saying I'm ungrateful when in reality I'm standing up for myself. Posted by u/slimpickings51, I, 35F, am reaching a breaking point with my in-laws. My husband, 36M, is supportive and on my side, but my Phil is pressuring us to fix things before my Mill's birthday next week. I recently had a miscarriage. When we first announced the pregnancy, my Mill's response wasn't a congratulations. She told us it was far too early to be saying anything and claimed we only got pregnant because her other daughter had just announced her own pregnancy. She turned our news into a competition. When I lost the pregnancy, she sent a group text with some hugs and heart emojis. That was it. No phone call, no stopping by, even though they live 1 mile away. A week later, she tried to send me a birthday gift and a cake to move on. I declined them because the gesture felt hollow after her earlier comments. Now, because I won't accept her kindness, she and my Phil are calling me ungrateful. This is part of a long pattern. My Mill has always had issues with me. I can't pinpoint it, and I'm unsure if it's me being ethnic, Christian, or financially independent. She seems to have an issue with all three. A few examples over the years. Our engagement, 8 years ago, we gifted them our engagement photos for Christmas. She took those photos and put them in a bad Santa game for 20 relatives to mock as a gag gift. My Phil tried to take the blame to protect her, but it was humiliating. My dad's funeral, when my father passed away, she called a funeral ostentatious and mocked the cost, telling me she'd rather be put in a cardboard box and burnt than have a service like his. At the funeral. When I've called her out on any of these, there's a long list. She says it's how I perceive the situation, that I misconstrue it, and that she's sorry about how I feel. I've officially left the family group chat. My Phil is now begging for family counseling before her birthday next week. I spent 45 minutes pouring my heart out to him about these incidents, and his only response was that her messages come from a place of love and care. He knows the behavior is wrong, but he spent decades enabling her to keep the peace. My husband and I have decided on going silent for her birthday next week. No text, no card, no happy birthday. My Phil says I'm being divisive and ungrateful for the help they've given us in the past, but I feel like I'm finally just setting a boundary. Ada for staying silent and skipping her birthday after years of this? I feel like I've finally grown a backbone. Update, almost 4 months later. I posted here a few months ago, and have an update. My husband and I had a miscarriage a few months ago. Right after our loss, my in-laws sent some crude messages and then completely distanced themselves. When I confronted them about the texts, they told me I was overreacting, and my Mill literally said, "You're not my daughter, it's not my job to console you." Flash forward through 4 months of silence. Right now, they see our 2 kids once a week for daycare. They have begged for this, and my Phil almost had a stroke when we tried to stop this arrangement. Note we can afford daycare, and this is an arrangement they have asked for, but have almost zero relationship with us. However, my Phil has been pushing hard because he wants things to go back to normal, meaning he wants us doing family dinners, coffee dates, and outings again as a big happy family. My view is that I don't need to have a relationship with them, as they said themselves. I'm not their daughter. Last night, my Phil forced his way over to our house to demand this reset. Instead of offering a real apology, he gave a sarcastic non-apology. "Apparently you're demanding an apology, so here you go. If we hurt your feelings, we're sorry about how it made you feel." I'm not demanding an apology, but my husband is for the way they have treated me. Called us ungrateful for past financial help. This was early inheritance they offered to all their kids, and specifically written up in an agreement as their son's share, i.e. if anything were to happen between us, I have no rights to the money, which is fine. I'm self-sufficient and my husband and I are independently financially secure through our jobs. Looked me in the eye and said, "I know you have deep anxieties and insecurities." He was suggesting that the issue at hand is my issue and my choice. He cannot take accountability. We are currently trying to conceive again, and I refuse to let this toxic dynamic touch my life and my mental health. I booked an appointment with a psychologist, and I am completely stepping back. I will not host them, go to family dinners with them, or pretend everything is fine just so they get the perks of a happy family. Some extended family members think I should just move on for the sake of peace and stop keeping a grudge. Ada for completely cutting off my personal relationship with them? My husband has stepped up and supported me, and it's bothering them as their relationship with their own son is now severed. Edit, they were supposed to look after the kids tomorrow. My husband called them and told them we were making alternative arrangements indefinitely, particularly after yesterday's lecture. I feel a great sense of relief. I've called daycare and arranged the extra day.